Okay, this is classwork video 12-2. I want you to write down all these problems and then the 5 words to show me that you listen. So again, basics of equations, getting into solving inequalities with those inequality systems, meaning a different kind of way to show the answer. But again, the quarter 2 concepts, you have to know these two-step equations, variables on both sides equations, equations where you have to distribute, combine like terms, and then solve it like a variables on both sides equation. So for this problem, I want you to write down, show me that you know how to distribute. Negative 5 times 3 gives me negative 15x, positive 10. Bring down the plus 5x. Bring down everything else, the negative 2x, the plus 2. Now, combine like terms before you do any inverse operations. So combine those. Take that negative 15, positive 5 to get negative 10 of those x's. Bring that 10 down, equal down. Let me show you the buttons on the calculator to press if you're missing those positive negatives. Next step is to realize this is a variables on both sides equation where I start by getting rid of the number on the left and then I eliminate this number on the right and then I divide. Always that way on these variables on both sides equation. First word is red, red. So focus on getting rid of the plain number on the left by doing the opposite. Bring down everything else that's not being touched. Make sure you bring down that negative with the 10x. Bring down the negative 2x. Bring down negative 8 from positive 2 and negative 10. Stay on this side and do the opposite of what that x term is going to be, which is adding 2x to both sides. Makes these cancel. Negative 10, positive 2 gives me negative 8 of those x's. Bring down your equal, bring down your negative 8. Keep your work vertical. Now divide by negative 8, not by positive 8, negative 8, which makes that x now positive and then makes that answer positive 1. So again, show my work vertical, one step at a time. Distribute, combine like terms, and then left, right, left, variables both sides. For today's work though, I'd like you to take a little time showing me you could do one on your own. Do this one right here. Want you to be able to try it on your own. Good luck. All right, moving on to the next problem. If you've unpaused this or whatever you've done, the next kind of problem is the literal equation where you're solving for a certain letter, doing all the basics of algebra inverse operations, opposite of adding, dividing, subtracting, opposite of adding, subtracting, opposite, timesing, dividing, all the inverse operations. Next word is blue. Blue. For solving for this m right here, start by getting rid of what's next to it, the plain number, and then get rid of that 4 right there. So here I go. First step, get rid of that plain number by doing the opposite to both sides, keeping that inverse operation, keep my equation equivalent balanced. Now over here I can't subtract because those are unlike terms. I just write them next to each other, equal 4m. And now to get rid of that 4, the opposite of timesing is dividing everything by 4, not just one side, dividing every little thing by 4, all 3 parts separately divided by 4. And what happens, these 4's go away and give you just plain old m now, the variable you're trying to isolate, and then you just got to do the math over here that you could do because you're smart. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2 of those n's. Negative 12 divided by 4 gives me negative 3. And then remember, the way they're going to flip this around, they're going to write their answer like this using the associative property, letting you flip that around, keeping it the same. Solving for m. All right, I'm going to have you, of course, try one on your own. Looks like my software messed up a little bit on this, so let's make this m right here, just like this problem. This should be an m. All right, I want you to solve for that m right there. doing the opposite. All right, moving on. Next word is green. All right, today's problems though, these are not equations. They're not going to give you something equal to anything. These are inequalities, which give you a whole infinite number of answers that could be possible. So knowing that, the look of the inequality, you're going to have to memorize in your head what that means. If it's open to the left like that, we call that more. Doesn't look like an L, the way I try to get people to remember. If it's slanted like this, that is definitely, to me, something that looks closer to an L than that one over here. So we consider that less than. So anything like this is less than, looking close to a big capital L as you could. The one that doesn't look like an L is more than. So just know that, memorize that. So solving these, all the math is the same. All my inverse operations are the same. Nothing changes. Opposite adding 2, subtracting 2 to both sides. Bring down that 4x. Keep that inequality there. Don't put an equal there. Don't be this person that changes that to an equal. Don't do that. Keep that inequality in that more than direction. 20 minus 2 gives me 18. And then right there, divide by 4. This one's going to give me a decimal, but do not worry about that. That gives me 18 divided by 4 on my calculator. Gives me 4.5. And what that's telling me is that this solution isn't x equal 4.5. This is all numbers more than 4.5. That's what that means. All numbers more than 4.5 are possible solutions. So on my number line, with that 4 in the middle, that's surrounded by some numbers to the left and right. Know how to write and structure your number line. And then put that 4.5 as a open circle, because that inequality is missing that little line under there. It's going to be an open circle showing it's not included, halfway between 4 and 5, open clearly. And then anything to the right of that is more than 4.5. All these numbers are more than 4.5. 5, 6, 7 are 3 numbers more than 4.5. Any number to the right of 4.5 is a possible solution. We'll make that a true statement. All right, next one. Next word is black. Black. So here you go. This one, variables both sides. Start by getting rid of the plain number on the left. Bring down this 6x. Bring down this inequality to less than or equal to 2x. This gives me 12. Stay on this side. Get rid of the 2x. Go back to the left and divide. Nothing different about that. So opposite timesing 4, dividing 4. And that gives me my solutions, possible solutions, infinite solutions are all numbers less than or equal to 3. So know that, less than or equal to. So know that because that little line under there. So that means on this number line with 3 in the middle, surrounded by numbers to the left and right of that. Hopefully you know the structure of a number line. This is going to be a solid, clearly filled in circle. And then anything less is to the left. All these numbers are suitable for this one. 1, 2, 3, 3 included, because it's less than or equal to. And then, because this is math 1, you need to know how to write this in set notation. This would be rounded 4.5 to rounded infinity. In that interval notation, that would be 4.5. Got your inequality always going this direction. Got my x in the middle. Make sure that inequality there making sure you're pinching the detail in that interval notation. Inequality would be just less than infinity. So again, this is set notation. Interval notation showing that very same thing. All numbers more than 4.5. And then that, I believe, is wrong interval notation. Sorry about that, folks. I was clearly mistaken. Interval notation is clearly all numbers just more than 4.5. Sorry about that, folks. All right, last word is going to be, oh, sorry, second to last word is going to be purple. All right, this problem right here, set notation would be rounded negative infinity to 3 squared. And then interval notation, of course, is just x, all numbers less than or equal to 3. All right, what I'd like you to do is try this one on your own right here, where I'm going to have you distribute, combine like terms, and then solve it like a left, right, left pattern, variables on both sides, plot it, and then I'm going to have you turn this in. All right, last word is wave. Wave. Good luck. Talk to you in a bit.